Okay, kids, how you doing? Well, I'm trying to rig up some way of adding weight onto my anchor rod so I can get my floating anchor rod down low in the water and increase the scope and so the angle of the pull on my line. And here's what I've come up with. Let me put you up on my head so you can see all this. Pardon the bad camera angle here for a second, but I have this very, very heavy weight. I don't know how many pounds it is exactly. Looks like it says 18 here on the side, or maybe it's 8. I think maybe 8 pounds. Here it says, I don't know what it says, 12. Pretty heavy lead ball. I'm going to say it's more than 10. I would believe that to be maybe 18 pounds. It weighs about the same as a bag of Lily's dog food. So, and her bag of dog food weighs 20 pounds, that weighs the same. So, I have it wired here to this chain. I have a shackle, which I'm going to put around the rope. I'm going to see if I can get the rope to go around inside this shackle. I don't know if it'll fit through this narrow opening here, but I'm going to try to get the rope into this area so that this can slide up and down the rope. And I'll use this wire here to twist through here to stop this from untwisting. And then this other end of this chain, which is about 20 feet long, I'm going to tie this on a rope off the bow and drop all of this chain and this ball down, holding the line there so it'll hold the line down pretty low. And I think that should add enough weight right at the bow to keep that line straight down and improve my holding on my anchor. I think that'll be a good change. So this lead ball weighs about 18 pounds. 20 feet of chain weighs probably about the same. So I'm adding all that weight directly off the bow, which should get my anchor line down pretty solid, I think. So now the question is, can I get the anchor line in that? And I don't think it's going to squeeze through this area here. Maybe if I twist it to kind of take the braid out and move one strand at a time, my 3-strand, I can get that in there. But let's go ahead and take this up to the bow and see what we can work out. So I'm going to leave Lily down below because I don't want her getting all excited and falling overboard while we're doing this. So we shall see. That is a big load, guys. Will you stay? Now my concern for today is we have a lot of wind coming up today and tomorrow, tonight even. And I just am not going to risk falling into those weeds. That. Take all this sort of medieval looking stuff up to the bow. Hard for us fat guys to get through the narrow opening here with all of my cables and stays and stuff. But here we are. Okay. Now let's see how we can get this to work out. In. All right, let's twist that open a little bit, see if we can get that through there. Ah, nice. Nice, got that through there. Ah, come on, hold that. Whoop. Very difficult to hold the weight of the sailboat while I get the pin in there. All right, we got that part in. that in there. Twist that around. So that'll stop, whoop. That'll stop that from getting undone. There we go. All right. Now that should slide right down the line. And then this, I'm simply going to just attach to this rope. Its only job is to retrieve around through. All right. Any way you look at it, we won't lose this because it's connected to the anchor line now. So, needs to be better secured on deck. All right, let's see how that does. Let's see how kind of a job that does improving my angle here. Yeah, not much. Not much. Well, a little bit. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Let's have the bow come around. Sprung back up from the loading from the wind, but that is a much better wind angle. Aha! I think we've got it here, folks. I think we got it. I think that length of chain and that ball on there is just the thing we need to improve the angle. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. I am liking that. I am liking that a lot. So, anyhow, here up on the bow, you'll see this hole here where this cleat had broken off. There's nothing in there but just this little bit of fiberglass. There's no backing plates behind these at all. This one here has no backing plate behind it whatsoever. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and undo that off of there. I'm even going to pull that off of there. Let that just sit right there off of that, off the bow. That may chafe on there, but that's just holding the end of the chain, which we'll recover when we pull the anchor anyway. That just keeps that from sliding all the way to the end. Probably should get some better line on that. Yep, I definitely think I need some better line on that. You know what, that's not holding a lot of tension. Let me leave that in that cleat for the time being so it doesn't cut on that sharp edge. But that seems to be improving the angle quite a bit. All right. we will see how well that works. But the angle of the anchor line going down is going down now instead of just sticking straight out. So that substantially improves my percentage, you know, my ratio. That substantially improves the ratio. There you can see the wind's getting a good purchase on the boat because the boat's turned a little sideways. It comes up under a heavy load. We got big winds right now, like 15, 16 mile an hour winds blowing through here. Gusts higher than that. But adding that cannonball on there, whoa, it's really blowing. Probably hitting 20. Wow. Let's hope we don't have too much of that. But that certainly improves my my anchor ratio, my length to depth ratio, which should be 7-to-1. I would say that would compound it considerably. Making it almost 14-to-1 actually, because that anchor ball is now down. That's 20 feet of chain on there, and you can see the one end of chain is right at the surface of the water. That all goes down from there. Of course, it's on a curve, it's on an arc. But I bet you I've dropped that line well, certainly the 4 feet of freeboard for the boat, plus another 4 feet, probably 8 feet. And I'm in 16 feet of water. So that's got that ball down at 8 feet. So now I'm in 16 feet of water with it's like as if I was in 8 feet of water. So really, by adding that on there, it almost half the depth. And I could shorten the scope by half. I'm not going to. I've got 140